What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40s. I go by the name Black Pegasus, and today I am checking out the one and only Pink Floyd. And this is fresh off of my full album reaction to Dark Side of the Moon, which I feel like it's like chemically changed my body. Like a chemical reaction happened in my brain and changed the way I analyze music at some capacity. I know I'm over exaggerating a little bit, trying to sell it, but no, for real. If whoever's seen my full reaction album, and I don't know when it's going to drop on the channel because there's some copyright stuff, but it was in the membership, but it will go public at some point. Just give it some time. Yikes. I had an experience, to say the least. Everyone who's seen my full album reaction knows. And it's, I don't know. I just kind of embraced the journey and just let them guide me through that album. And it was deep. Anyways, one of the tracks on that album that spoke magnitudes was The Great Gig in the Sky. And I wanted to see them perform it live because I don't understand, like, the way the woman was singing. Was it Claire Torrey or Tori Claire? What's her name again? Let me get her name right because she absolutely murdered that. Claire Torrey, I believe. I believe it's Claire Torrey. Anyways, I am just in awe. Like, how do you perform that? How do you capture the feeling that I felt listening to the Dark Side of the Moon album in a performance? You guys have asked me to just watch all these live performances, so this is where we stand right now. I want to watch Pink Floyd's movie, The Wall, in its entirety, because the one clip, Brick in the Wall, has left me so baffled. I have to see that movie. So the next full album reaction will be The Wall. Then I'll do the movie reaction, and I'll put all of that on this channel. I thought Wish You Were Here was just a song. I guess that's an album too. So everyone's like, you got it. There's a lot. Anyways, that's the next move. The next move is going to be The Wall. I got to take some time to kind of decompress from the impact of the hit from Dark Side of the Moon. But we will get to The Wall. Then I am so excited to watch the movie The Wall. But we'll keep it going. You just go crazy in the comments, and you know me, I show up. Anyways, enough talking. It's a lot. I mean, I have to. I literally been jarred and shaken. You shook me all night long, you know? AC/DC, yeah. Dark Side of the Moon shook me all night long. Anyways, we're going to check out the live performance of The Great Gig in the Sky right now. And if you're here for it, like, share, comment, subscribe, and welcome back to the channel.
They tease him a lot, black peas on the spot. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
40! I'm about to break something in here. Damn. Break stuff. All right, let's get this logo down and pull the video up. Don't forget to support the original content on the channel. If you want to check out some of my other channels, I do have a family travel vlog. I also have a commentary channel. But all the music and the music reactions happen right here on this channel. If you want access to the reactions early, there's a link in the description to our membership. Gives you early access, and I try to update it every single day. There's also a big catalog of reactions that haven't been released to the public yet. Regardless, thank you guys for your support. Don't feel left out. Everything in there will get released to the public eventually. And yo, man, shout out to the members on the channel. I appreciate you. Help the dream work. Now, let's just dive into this. I am watching this from Pink Floyd's official YouTube channel. It's important that you go over there and watch this without me. Why? Because this reactions in general, aren't a substitute for the original content. Always go back and support the original. I am not redistributing this. We breaking it down. We having commentary. We vibrating. Good vibrations, man. Anyways, let's rock. We're checking out Pink Floyd, The Great Gig in the Sky, live from looks like the Pulse concert. I think people asked me to react to the whole Pulse concert. I'm like, this is about to be a Pink Floyd channel. Damn. See what we got here, man. King Davey. Actually have the sample in there in the live show.
No reason for it. We've got to go sometime.
I was wondering, I'm sorry, I have to stop. I'll bring it back. We can catch back up. If you want to cry about it, you can. But damn, bro, I was wondering how would they replicate this from the album? How is it even possible? And here I am watching it be done. From the sample in the actual song, the speaking, to the music, to the singing. You know, I guess it's because I come from the hip-hop world. Now, no shade to the hip-hop world at all. I love rap. I love hip-hop. At some capacity, there's certain things that weren't advantageous to my life, messaging, substance, etc. But we're not here to talk about that. What I'd like to say is that a lot of hip-hop groups, there's a lot of really good performers. You'd be surprised. But there is way more bad performers, right? People rapping over their lyrics, this, that, and the other, and stuff that you just don't see in the rock world, country world, you know, and stuff like that. But before people start dogpiling on the boo-boo side of rap, there is a boo-boo side of any live performance, right? I've seen horrible punk rock bands where I was like, you're like super big on MTV and you're horrible live. So don't dogpile. I'm talking my lived experience, but I don't need to get dogpiled for it because there's a lot of great performers in the hip-hop space that are just freaking excellent, like just as top tier as you want to be top tier. But being in enough clubs and venues and hearing enough very bad performances, I guess I didn't realize, how crazy it is to replicate how you sound on record. I was just like, whatever. Was just like, whatever. This is insane. Especially off I think it was last Saturday. This is a week, 7 days later. I'm re-engaging with some Pink Floyd slowly so I don't, pass out. Anyways, this sounds really fucking good, you guys. This is just crazy. And the different emotions, this lady, because I don't think this is the original. I don't think this is the original lady who sung it, but if she is, let me know. If it isn't, let me know. But the different ranges and emotions she takes you through with this vocal performance. And that's what I thought was so great about the reaction to the Great Gig in the Sky on the album, listening to the album. Now, I'm watching it live because I wasn't sure how that could be replicated from the way it sounded on the album and listening to the album in its entirety. This is really good, you guys. And who am I telling? Like, they're like, come on, it's Pink Floyd. I understand. I'm just, trying to make sense of it for myself. To get another vocalist for the live. At this time, 3 vocalists. Hold on, are you telling me to replicate what Claire Torrey did on the album, it's taking 3 vocalists? To do it live? Because it's an experience. Like this, all that I'm listening to right now is an experience. But the first dose, the first hit, what it is, man. It's so crazy. I captured it on camera. I ain't no substance. I've never done substances like that in my life, but you know what they say about the first hit and why people get addicted, because they're always chasing that first hit. That's what happened to me when I reacted to Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, in its entirety. It's like everything is going to be compared to that for me, right? It's the first hit. It's like, what the fuck did I just witness? What am I feeling right now? But we have 3 vocalists on stage right now performing a song that I believe was done by 1 vocalist on the album. It's just an observation. Third vocalist. True power. When you don't even need lyrics to touch the soul. True power. True power. I remember when I reacted to Money for the first time, and there was just not a ton of people, but enough people were like, hey, you really should react to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon in its entirety. That's the way it was meant to be listened to. And I was just like, yeah, I kind of do my own thing on here. And sometimes people are right, sometimes they're wrong. It's just kind of like, And anyways, I did it in its entirety, and it was meant to be listened to it in its entirety. And even though Money and even Brain Damage and Time are powerful enough songs to listen to on their own and just be like, wow, this is a really good song. In sequence, there's even more power to them. That's what I've discovered. I could be wrong, take it how you will. But anyways, I'm watching this performance. You can't even be late to a Pink Floyd concert. You can't. Because imagine walking in and just getting, the Great Gig in the Sky. Like how it connects to the track before it and after it. And just walking in like, damn, I'm late. Like, bro, you don't get the experience, right? You don't get the full experience. It's pretty crazy, man. People kept spouting out these numbers in my comments about how long The Dark Side of the Moon was on the charts. Let me ask, AI gets this shit wrong sometimes, so bear with me. How long was the album Dark Side of the Moon on the charts? Wasn't it one of the longest albums on the charts? Yes, Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd holds one of the most astonishing records in music history for chart longevity, rightfully so. The album first entered the charts on March 17th, 1973. Dang, that's when Dirty Harry Magnum Force came out, I think. I'm going down a rabbit hole on my other channel with movie reactions. It remained on Billboard 200 for 741 consecutive weeks. That's over 14 years straight until July 1988. So it went on the charts in 1973, and it was on the charts until I was 8 years old. I was born in 1980. Talk about it, y'all. After that, it reappeared multiple times due to reissues, remasters, and streaming, bringing its total to over 970 weeks on the Billboard 200 as recent years. Overall impact is widely regarded as the longest charting album in Billboard history. Rightfully so. Only a handful of other albums like Bob Marley's Legend or Metallica's Black Album come anywhere close. The Dark Side of the Moon remains the gold standard for chart endurance. I'm glad. I would light one up to that. Congratulations, Pink Floyd. You deserve it. When I listened to that album, it truly did change me at some capacity, and I think about all the stuff reactors react to. And if I'm about to throw a little shade, and I hate to do it, but you got to just keep it real. All this like K-pop nonsense, it's cool. They have cool music. It's catchy. I'll listen to it. If it sounds good, it sounds good. But it's just remanufactured Britain and American culture, right? Michael Jackson, this, that, and the other, and it's cool. But like I see these numbers on YouTube. I see these billions of views. And I wonder to myself, the stuff like K-pop and Taylor Swift and all this stuff that comes out, does it really stand the test of time? The answer is no. And I'm not trying to hate on them. Who knows who's going to see this reaction? And, I'm just saying it's the truth. There's nowhere on God's green earth that I turn on, a Taylor Swift album, a K-pop album, whoever the case may be, and I get the experience that I had from Pink Floyd. And I'm not trying to pander to an audience. I've never felt that way through and through listening to an album other than in my youth when I was going through some dark times, and let's say I listened to Biggie's first album, right? Or I was going through a certain phase and I listened to Wu-Tang's first and second album, right? Those really reached me. But like in my maturity and growth and age, listening to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon really did. I just can't imagine turning on a Taylor Swift album and listening to it front to finish and being like, oh, I was touched, So someone had to get thrown under the bus for that example. And unfortunately, it was K-pop and Taylor Swift. And I don't really care. It's like, I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling y'all what I honestly think. And if I get punished for that, so be it. But that's the truth. And there are still some artists like this. And I know he's kind of gone kind of wild, but people who approach art in the hip hop space like this was like Kanye West. He approached albums as a full project, not just singles. And so I respect these artists who really, Masta Ace. I don't know, you guys probably don't get into that type of stuff, but Masta Ace had an incredible album, Disposable Arts. And from start to finish, he gave you a story that was just like, damn, right? So I appreciate people who still put that time and effort into complete projects, Pink Floyd did something special. It was probably a special time, a special moment. A lot of things came together, and it's only going to happen once, right? These type of things, So enjoy it. That's all I wanted to say. Anyways, incredible stuff. I'm excited to find more incredible stuff. I'm sure I'm going to find more on my journey. That was the first full album reaction I've ever done. So that's pretty crazy. It's crazy that out of everything I picked that, but it was definitely worth it. So anyways, let me know what I got, what I missed. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Again, I just wanted to see the Great Gig in the Sky because there's clips from my full reaction to Dark Side of the Moon. I was able to separate into like 5 or 6 clips to let people be led back to the full reaction because I don't know if anyone can digest a 2-hour reaction. We're in a unique time, but I'm going to dabble with more Pink Floyd here and there. There's some stuff I've been seeing on the docket. I'm going to try to put some guests in front of it that haven't really heard Pink Floyd or are not familiar with it, and I'm going to keep rocking on. Thank you guys for rocking with your boy. I'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ.